What's up, everybody? Nook is back here for the SAG Award predictions. The SAG Awards, the Screen Actors Guild Awards, are on Sunday. They are tomorrow on Easter. By the way, happy Easter, everybody. So let's get into the acting categories for the SAGs. I am only doing the movie category, so this will be a shorter-ish video. And before we end this video, we're going to look at how well they did last year. So we're going to start out with Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Supporting Role. Sacha Baron Cohen, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Chadwick Boseman, The Five Bloods. Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah. Jared Leto, The Little Things. And Leslie Odom Jr., One Night in Miami. The early thought was that Leslie Odom Jr. was going to win this award. A lot of people are mad that Paul Raci isn't in here. One Night in Miami was a fine film. I think it was just fine. I don't think it's Best Picture worthy. I think it's just a fine film. But the acting is superb. That's why Leslie Odom Jr. is getting this. Now, is the directing anything special? I don't think it's anything special. Now, I'm not racist and I'm not sexist because I'm jumping up and down that Emerald Fennell and Chloe Zhao actually got nominated for Best Director at the Oscars. That is amazing. And one of them is going to win. It's going to be one or the other. I believe it's going to be Chloe Zhao. But we will get into my Oscar predictions in a few weeks. Who is my pick to win this? It is Daniel Kaluuya. I would love to see him win this. I think he is going to win this because he's been sweeping since he's been nominated. Up next, we have Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Supporting Role. Maria Bakalova, Borat, subsequent movie film. Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy. Olivia Colman, The Father. Yoo Jung-yoon, Minari, and Helena Zengel for News of the World. She was not nominated for the Oscar. This is a tough category because this is the actors branch. These are all actors, so they know what they're doing. I believe it could go to Maria Bakalova, but I'm not going to be surprised if it goes to Yoo Jung-yoon. Helena Zengel has no shot. Not up against these powerhouse performances. Up against Olivia Colman, Glenn Close, Maria Bakalova, Yoo Jung-yoon. There's no way. It's a pleasure. It is a great honor just to be nominated. But I don't think Zengel has a shot. She was good in the film, but I think this is a weaker season, so they are putting her in there because if we would have gotten something like West Side Story this year, if we would have gotten the French Dispatch, the Wes Anderson movie, there would have been nominations out the wazoo for that thing. It is a rough year for the Oscars. It's a rough year for the awards in general. I believe it's going to Maria Bakalova, but do not be surprised if it goes to Yoo Jung-yoon. Or they could do what they wanted to do with Glenn Close in the 2019 awards. We had her winning everything. We had her winning and then tying with Lady Gaga at the Critics' Choice. We have Best Actor. Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Leading Role. Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal. Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Anthony Hopkins, The Father. Gary Oldman, Mank, and Steven Yeun for Minari. It's going to Chadwick Boseman. They want to honor him, and that's completely fine, because this was the best performance of his career, and I believe that if he would still be here, if he was still around, I believe he still would have won this. I believe he still would have won this. If not, it would have gone to Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins is probably going to get a couple more nominations. So, Chadwick Boseman is going to be my pick. Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Leading Role. Amy Adams' Hillbilly Elegy. That surprised me a lot, actually. Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman. Frances McDormand, Nomadland. And Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. It's either going to Frances McDormand or Carey Mulligan. I'm going with Frances McDormand because I believe she's winning the Oscar. But I could change my mind. I'm flipping back between Carey Mulligan and Frances McDormand for the Best Actress Oscar. Whoever I say that my prediction is when I do my Oscar predictions, that's who I'm picking, and I'm sticking with it. But it's got to be it's one of those two. It's one of those two. Outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture. Da 5 Bloods, Minari, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, One Night in Miami, The Trial of the Chicago 7. I can see The Trial of the Chicago 7 taking this. I can really see them taking this. But don't be shocked if Da 5 Bloods wins it. I'm not going to be shocked. So I'm picking The Trial of the Chicago 7, but let's look at what they did in the SAGs last year. SAG Awards 2020. So let's look at what they did in comparison to the Oscars last year with the actors. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna have to look that up really well, aren't I? Okay, here we go. Does this give me the winners and the nominations? Yes, it does. Okay, so last year we had Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture. This is pretty much their Best Picture award. Parasite picked up that win. You had Bombshell, Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. All great films, but Parasite picked up the win. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role. We had, of course, Renee Zellweger winning the award. Who ended up winning the Oscar. And Parasite won Best Picture last year. In the lead actor category, we had Cynthia Erivo. Let's try that again. Cynthia Erivo, Scarlett Johansson. Well, Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story, Lupita Nyong'o for Us, who was magnificent in Us, and Charlize Theron in Bombshell. We had Joaquin Phoenix pick up the win for male actor in a leading role. Nominated Christian Bale, Ford v Ferrari. Leonardo DiCaprio, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Adam Driver, Marriage Story. And Taron Egerton for Rocketman. Leonardo DiCaprio, Christian Bale, and Adam Driver have more Oscars in their future. And so does Taron Egerton if he picks the right roles. The supporting role, we had Brad Pitt, of course, picking up the win here. Brad Pitt, Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, Tom Hanks, and Jamie Foxx. And in the supporting category for female actor in a supporting role, Laura Dern. So they sweeped last year. They matched match, just completely. Lined up for everything, which I completely understand because last year was a magnificent year. This year, it's a bit of a weaker year due to the whole pandemic. We didn't have as many films coming out with Oscar chances. That's why I think that last year's awards were more warranted. Now, I'm not saying that any of these people are not worthy of being nominated, because they are. But the problem is, I feel like, of course, we would have gotten more movies. We would have gotten better movies. But I feel like we would have gotten different nominees, I think. At least one or two different changes. But there we go, everybody. There is my SAG predictions, and I will see all of you guys next time for my review of Easter Under Wraps. Happy Easter, everybody. See that video tomorrow, and I will come back with my SAG winner reactions, and I will see all of you guys next time.